Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome back. We are here in my home state of Michigan, back at my old family house. It is deer hunting season, specifically bow hunting season. Venison is my wife and I's primary source of red meat every year. We've done the numbers. Venison is roughly 85% of our red meat every single year. So this is a big moment for us. I got 2 tags, a buck and a doe tag. The buck tag can also double as a doe tag if I don't end up finding a shooter buck. The next 5 days, my dad and I are gonna be hunting back in the old family woods. In a couple days, my buddy Chad and his wife are actually driving out here so that I can take him on his first ever bow hunt. And if he gets a deer down, it'll be his first ever deer. So that'll be a really special moment to share with him. We head out first thing in the morning tomorrow. So let's get a good night's rest tonight and get ready for quite an adventure.
As you guys could see from the footage, that one little button buck kept on looking to its left, and I love having deer close by like that because you can watch them, and wherever they consistently look, there's a big chance that more deer are coming from that direction. And sure enough, that slightly larger doe came out at about 15, 16 yards. So it's about 1 o'clock. My dad headed back up to the house to get some lunch. I'm going to hunt his blind this evening. I'm heading there now. It's about only 200 yards away from where I've been hunting out in this little clearing. Here we are. This spot is a lot more open. Okay, I redid my war paint. Looking pretty good. I just got done spraying a bunch of deer piss that we bought at Walmart down there. The waiting game has begun. watch that little 6-point come out of this thicket all the way over and loop all the way around back to me. I don't know if the calling helped or not, but he didn't seem that interested. Nonetheless, he presented me with multiple shots. If I was nearing the end of my hunt, I would have shot him. He's not that big, a 1.5, 2-year-old, but he's some good meat on him. But we are not nearing the end of our hunt. This is only day 1. So, my dad is hunting in a blind about 100 yards up this hill in front of me. About 30 minutes ago, I heard what sounded like metal hitting metal. It wasn't a good sound. I get a text from my dad, and he says that he took a shot at a doe, and his crossbow blew up. It just broke right after the shot, which is what my gut was telling me when I heard that sound. It was just not a good sound. You're like, oh shoot, that sounds like a bow might have blown up. I think what might have happened is his crossbow arm, once it expands after it shoots, I think it hit the camera arm when he was filming. I'm just glad he's okay. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock. I've been getting photos of a bunch of deer on the trail camera that's by the blind that my dad was at this morning. It looks like there's a couple of shooter does in there. Problem is, these deer are just about 100 to 150 yards up this hill. They're in the way of the blind that I want to hunt this evening. I forgot if I mentioned this, but my dad did end up hitting that one doe, and it looks like it was a gut shot. So either way, we're gonna have a deer to track tonight. I'm hoping that I can just put an arrow in one, make it an easy track, and we can say we got 2 deer for the day. That'd be nice. That's that little 8-point that we saw this morning. And it looks like a small doe, maybe a spike. And they are right in the way of the blind that I want to get to. I might just wait for them to move on. was the doe that I was looking for, baby. Guys, every hunt is a trophy in itself. Doesn't matter the size of the deer. That was a mature doe. 22 yards. Schlocked it, man. Freaking nailed it. I heard it crash. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I thought it was going to open up in this one clearing, and then it turned around and it starts to head back over here, and I had to move the camera. I mean, she walked right out of that cedar, and I stopped her because I have such a small window. I did not want to take the chance of her walking right back into the thicket. I'm happy. It's been a long time since I shot a deer, man. With my bow, 2 years. 3 o'clock. I've been in this blind for not even an hour. I'm so glad I moved. That is some good blood. I'm using fixed blade broadheads for the first time on this hunt on the G5 Montex. The blood from a lung shot is kind of like a foamy pink, and that's what this is. It's always good to smell the arrow if you smell any like fecal matter or anything. That's the sign of a gut shot, but I say we got a dead deer. You can barely see, but I'm following some disturbed leaves right here. Yep. The answer is yes. We have found blood. See those air bubbles? That's how you know you got lung. I think it's going this way. There she is. I see her. She didn't run 70 yards. Perfect shot. She crashed exactly where I heard her. I think she was out in 60 seconds. I have a big thanks due to our neighbors. There's a ATV trail right up here that they're letting us use for my dad to drive in with his Argo and pick up the deer. So here's to having good neighbors. Hey, I recognize that lady.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, Dad. Okay guys, so got my lady as the cameraman. We're gonna start tracking this deer. The crossbow actually bumped the camera, so there might not even be footage of the shot itself, but we are gonna go track it nonetheless. I see it there. He's right there. Right there. He's a little graphic guy. A lot easier than what it could have been. Well guys, that ended up being way easier than I was anticipating. So thankful.
I was there.
Because my wife was there. She makes things better. Day 3 was the coldest morning yet. At 41 degrees, there was frost covering the grass and covering my bow. It was a perfect chilly morning, and my expectations were high. I decided to pass on this little 8-point, as there was plenty of time to still shoot a bigger buck.
So, as you guys know, a big motto of this channel is that I want to inspire you guys to go out and make your own adventures. And so, because of that, I feel some responsibility to give you guys some safety tips that I practice on all of my trips. And the one that I want to highlight in this episode is that, as you know, I go on a lot of car camping adventures, and most of the places I go are pretty remote and they don't have cell phone service. So I always make sure to pack a portable car battery jumper just in case if my car battery were to die. The brand that I use is from a company called Jesper. I'll include a link to their product below. I've never had an instance where my battery dies. I do good maintenance on my car and make sure my car battery's posts are clean, but you never know. And a lot of times I'm in places a couple miles back and I don't want to have to hitchhike 2-3 miles to find somebody to jump my car if for whatever reason my car battery were to die. I highly recommend that you look for a portable car battery jumper so that your adventure, you'll remember it from all the awesome memories that you made and not from a dead battery in your car and then all the stuff you had to do to get that fixed.
On the morning of day 4, my buddy Chad got to experience his first ever bow hunt.
It's a small doe. Watch, I was being chased. This could be chased by a buck. Oh, that's a good shooter, though. She's mature. You have a good shot. Oh, big buck. Big buck. It's a spike. Bro, I'm so amped. I thought that spike was a big buck. Stuck in a plane, huh? Did you see that? Yeah. The head shoulder. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. 1 second. So Chad and I just got done looking at the footage. It looks like it's high and in the shoulder. He got plenty of penetration. We went frame by frame, and there's no doubt in my mind that he got enough penetration. But there's a place between a deer's spine and their vitals that if you hit in that area, you might not kill the deer. And we've shot deer in that area before. Some hunters call it the no man's land. And if you hit there, 9 times out of 10, the deer is going to survive. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is that it's just low enough, and he got a double lung shot, or at least the top of the lung, and the deer will probably die. Okay, everybody, it's been about 2 hours, and we think it's time just to see what this blood is going to look like. Because we got this on footage, we were able to see exactly where we hit this deer. It is high, not concerned on the penetration part. We're more so concerned if it even got vitals. We haven't found any blood yet. We're about 40 yards from the shot.
Look, here it is.
Alright, we're finding just like really small droplets right in here, starting to just sprinkle. It's not a lot.
We tracked this doe for well over 300 yards and never found more than a few droplets of blood. The reality started to sink in that this was not a kill shot, and more likely than not, that this doe was gonna make it just fine.
Well, Chad is taking that like a champ. It can be really hard for a hunter to injure a deer. It's your job to put in the hours, to put in the work, to practice as much as you can. But nothing ever prepares you for that moment that a deer is in front of you. And something like training your brain to aim lower on the deer, anticipating that the deer is going to essentially duck into the arrow, that is very hard to train for. And I can tell you right now, Chad is going to remember that for the rest of his hunting life, and he's going to get better.
On day 5, Chad and I hunt 2 different setups. It was a beautiful day, and we saw multiple wildlife sightings, but not a single deer made an appearance. On day 6, I decided to head to the stand where I shot my first doe. It was another windy day, and I knew my head needed to be on a swivel because I was not going to hear a deer coming.
Last day, guys. This is the last day. I just couldn't make it happen with the bucks on this trip, but I'm just so happy I could get a second deer. That was another nice doe. That happened so fast. I haven't even had time to process anything. My heart's not even pounding. I saw that doe, and within 90 seconds, she was dead. It was another perfect shot. I heard the deer crash, and in fact, Chad, who's hunting in the blind to my left about 100 yards away, he says he thinks he sees the deer dead, so I know that deer's done. Right now, we're just gonna go check out the arrow. Really stuck in the ground. Same blood as that first doe. It's like a pink, frothy blood, slightly clear.
So I'm sitting there and I'm snacking, and I look over, and all of a sudden I see a doe running out, and I was like, oh, crap. I was like, did it see me or something? And then I look over and I see another one. It's like, and it falls. It's like falling over. I'm like, did that thing just lay down? And then that's when you text me. I was like, okay. I saw your deer die. I watched it. It was dying in my eyes.
And you, right when I released the arrow, I was like, oh, she's dead. And she took off, and I heard that crash.
Yeah, that's not even 20 yards. Huh?
No, she probably went like, yeah, maybe like 50. Oh, dude. That is a perfect shot. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's big. Yeah, that's a big doe. Yeah, guys, this is definitely my biggest doe. She's a nice one. Perfect shot. Entry was a little bit farther back just so that I could account for the quartering away, and it came out right at the front shoulder. Just perfect. On the final morning of our 7-day hunt, Chad sets up in the blind where I shot both of my doe, and I post up in a blind 100 yards away to give Chad recon of the area. When you say it's covered in blood, what is it? I mean, would you say like the whole arrow is covered in blood? Bro? Well,
Well, first I want to congratulate you because I'm pretty sure you got a dead deer. Second of all, what? Like near the place that you shot it, you see blood? Okay. Arrow's covered in blood. He's saying that there's blood on impact, which that's a good sign. It's all over the place. Chad. That. Oh, Chad. I don't think I've ever seen a better arrow.
Dude, you scared the crap out of me. I thought you were gonna say. Yeah, you're like, oh, I was like, don't tell me it's like something nasty.
Chad, see how thick?
It's sprayed everywhere.
I'm gonna say 95% chance this deer is dead. I have never seen an arrow covered in blood like that and not recovered a deer. I think Chad's gonna get his first deer, baby. Let's go. There's blood just spraying everywhere. Can't show too much because it's YouTube. Chad, this is the easiest blood track. This is unreal, bro. Hey, Chad.
See it.
Bro. You just shot your first deer, buddy.
Eyes open.
Chad, let's go, dude.